Well, welcome back. My name is Sam or Erfaren, and welcome to the Lighthouse. And I say that both meaning that it is a lighthouse and that it is a place that sells lights. Yeah, I decided I wanted to open today's video by building our little store so that we could spend the rest of today's video figuring out how we're going to stock it, getting it connected up, because right now, as you can probably see, it's not actually connected, so I'm thinking we'll get a bridge or something here, or as long as this doesn't interact too, hey, yeah, never mind, yeah, we're not gonna do that. So we're gonna have to figure out a bridge that goes around like this, or around and connects up with Kyyyoo's area, and I'm thinking this is probably the better option right here, or we just build a little dock and have people kind of swim out to it, which I think that could also be fun. Maybe, actually, I kind of like that. I think we're gonna build a little dock. But before we do any of that, let me go ahead and walk back down here and I will give you a tour. So first of all, we have just a little minecart that spins in circles and activates this, making what looks to be a light spinning in circles, which I'm very happy with. I'm sure there was another way to do this, but just with it being so compact, figured this was the easiest way. But then if we come down here, we have just kind of a normal viewing area. So there's no parts of the shop up here, at least yet. This is just kind of a place to stand and look out of the little windows. But then as you come down the ladder, you'll be met with your first spot, which this is 1 stack for 5 diamonds. I haven't decided what's going to go in here, but as we go down these stairs, the prices continue to decrease. So here we have 1 stack for 4 diamonds, 4 diamonds, 4 diamonds. And then we have 1 stack for 2 diamonds. And then we have 1 stack for 1 diamond. And so there's kind of, you know, a scaling up as you go up. But I think for things like copper bulbs and things that really take a while to build up, we might need to have a couple more up here that are in that more 3 to 5 diamond range, but we'll figure that out as we go. But yeah, so this is what we've got, and I actually have this all stocked up already for the frog lights, and I actually took some time in between episodes and made a little farm for these firefly bushes. It was super easy, and I just basically plug and play it with my bone meal farm that I have. So we actually have a full thing of firefly bushes, and we actually do have a glow lichen farm down there too that I'm sure we could fill the rest of this in. But yeah, glowstone, magma blocks. I did actually get a lot of sea pickles, so we do have those. And torches, yeah, we're looking pretty low on. But this is the shop, and I am very excited about it. I need to decide if I want to have a place for people to pay or if they just leave the money in here, but I'll figure that out. So then we'll come out to the front where, again, we have the lighthouse, which I did the little squigglies because I thought it was funny. But this pretty area here in the front, actually I'm really happy with the design of this. Even without shaders, I'll turn them off. I don't know, I wanted to figure out how to use composters in a build, so I tried them here, and I think they turned out relatively nice. Like, I think it gives a nice accent to the middle without really standing out too much. And then just the dark oak fence, I think, just does a really good job of kind of just giving the extra little bits of detail of, you know, boards hanging down, little supports for each of the layers. So I really like how that looks. Yeah, the only problem that I'm going to call out is, yeah, we're not we're not connected to the ground yet. So that is another problem that we are going to have to face today, but I don't want to do that just yet. So what we're going to do as I reload our shaders is we're going to go grab some stuff to make our little dock, which I think I want to build off of this section right here. So we'll just have the dock kind of go out and have planks or logs that go straight down to the depths here. And then people can swim out to it or boat out to it. I think that's kind of a fun way to incorporate the lighthouse, because I feel like a lot of the time lighthouses are a little bit offshore, so you have to boat to them anyway. But I don't know. I think that could be a fun idea. So let's run over to our base. I really don't know what logs I want to use for support, so I'm going to check and see what we're already using at our base, and we'll probably just go with that and use that again over here. So it looks like maybe we've got stripped spruce logs. Is that right? Let's hold on. No, don't go away. Yeah, stripped spruce logs. I honestly really like how these look with the spruce and the barrels, so we are going to replicate this. And yeah, I do know I need to do some work over here, but I'm going to focus on the lighthouse first. So let me put this back together and let's go see what we have for spruce and barrels. And if we don't have much, then I think we know what we're going to start material gathering for here first. I want to say we at least have some. Yeah, okay. 64 spruce logs. It's probably not enough, but it's enough to get started. And then I think, do I want to use, yeah, we'll use jungle because it fits what's already over there. We don't have many jungle slabs yet though. So let's grab that. Okay. We do still have some jungle wood, so let's just turn all of this into slabs, and that should hopefully be more than enough to fill in the area. And then as for barrels, we're gonna need, grab this and this, and we'll just make a bunch of barrels. Let's see, so yeah, I think 10 should be enough. Actually, I think we're gonna want 2 more barrels, if my math is correct. Can you make barrel? Oh my gosh, you can make a barrel like that. Let's see how far we can get with all of this. And then if we need to go and get some more materials, I'm sure we're gonna need to get more spruce logs. We can just run and get some from the spruce forest that's already right over there at spawn. Or we could preemptively borrow one of Zen's spruce trees. I think that might just happen. Well, that was easy enough, and now there will be another tree growing there soon, but that did put us over 2 stacks, almost 2.5 stacks, so I think we're gonna have more than enough wood now to get our little dock built, because I really don't want to build anything too crazy. So let's go ahead and get it over there. I do still think that's the best option. Honestly, maybe it should go this way. I kind of like that. Go out this way. I think that'll, I don't know. I like the balance of that more than going this way. Let's try this, because then also we can kind of ground it on this first rock, and I like that look a little bit more. So if we do a little bum, and then bum, and then we'll do the same thing right here. How wide is this, I should say? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's just fine. We'll do that, and then grab our slabs and put them at this height. I don't want anything spawning on it. Doesn't need to be too crazy far, but I think it should be far enough that it looks nice. So let's start with this. What does that look like? Honestly, I don't mind that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go 2 more out. We'll go to 9. And then I will put the next layer of barrels right here. And let's see, what does this look like? I mean, just something simple like that really doesn't look too bad. It's a nice low dock, so people getting off of boats could get here easy. We're gonna go with this. I like this a lot. So I think the one thing we're gonna have to fix immediately is this spot right here needs to be a log. So we'll drop that there, and then I will just grab this and we'll replace it. So now that looks at least a little bit better there. And I don't know if this is gonna feel too tall, but how we have it at our base is like this. So let me just see if this feels too tall over here. I don't know that it does. I don't know that that feels too tall. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that for that one, and then for these two, we're gonna have these ones be 1 block lower and just compare. Which one do we think looks nicer? The taller one for sure. All right. And now we can send these all the way down to the depths, not that block. And I know like this, obviously as we're building this out, is gonna pass that. So we can probably stop that one right there. And the same thing with this one, we'll just go, maybe just the same depth just to be sure, but we'll go like that. And then we'll strip these ones down just a tad. I think the last thing we're gonna need here, obviously, is some lighting and then some ladders, just, you know, for people to get up a little easier on the sides. So we'll do one here, and I think that should be enough to get somebody up onto the deck. Yep, and one there. I think that's good. And you know what? I kind of want to do them on both sides. So we'll do there as well. I'll grab 2 more. We'll put another 2 on that side. We did make a mistake here though. Actually, you are supposed to be a barrel. I was like, why do we have just 1 barrel sitting around? That is why we have 1 barrel sitting around. Boom and boom. There we go. All right. So that is looking pretty good to me. I like the dock. And again, once we fill in the actual rock that this is on, I think it's going to look a little less weird. What we need to do now is just throw a lantern or something on there. I think we can just get this up there. I think that's probably going to be good enough. One lantern there. Let's check the light levels. Again, nothing can spawn on that, but I want to make sure nothing can spawn up here. That looks good. So now I think the task at hand is just to get some greenery and just maybe just liven this up just a little bit. Maybe hit it with some bone meal. And then I think we're looking pretty good. All right, and just a couple hits with bone meal did help to expand that just a little bit, but it's still not the best. So I think we are gonna need to grab some leaves just to help liven this up a little bit. But while we're here, I am gonna go and just kind of hit all of this with bone meal just to get some more greenery underwater too. So I think we'll just do a little bit like here, maybe. I feel like a little is gonna go a long way for this. So maybe I just don't get too crazy with it. I don't know. And then we'll do a little here. Okay. I kind of like that. The balance at least there is a little better. And then a little bush or something right here is not a problem. And what about here? I'm really trying to expand to not just have leaves hanging off of things, but to actually have like little bushes and things on the ground that kind of make sense with where you are. So this is really what I'm experimenting with, is like how to make bushes on the ground that kind of, for the most part, look like they belong where they are. Okay, how are we doing? It is kind of going... Okay, I think I need to add something on that side to make it not as flat, but this is kind of looking how I want it to. Does that look as good without shaders? Oh my gosh, it does. Okay. Well, the good thing is the mangroves look nice with all of this, so we could do a little bit more mangrove in here if we wanted to, and just kind of mix this up with that. Again, I'm not trying to be crazy with it. I just want just a couple little bushes that, like, here's the idea. You need to be walking this way. That one probably gets in the way, so we might actually need to move that one, which is kind of a bummer because I like that one. But it does, if we're going to have them have a walking path up and around, we need to make sure that that one's clear. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. Okay. I don't hate any of it, which is a good thing. That's good. So eventually, I mean, we're gonna have our path that goes up here. We're gonna need to come up with a connecting thing here. So maybe we'll do another little walkway. I kind of like that idea. Okay. So if we did it at this height, is this... Will that match up all right over there? I wonder if that's gonna get in the way of that lantern. But we're gonna give this just a try and just see how this looks before we back out of it. And obviously we're gonna mess with it a little bit. Does that look all right? I mean, we need to shape it, so don't get me wrong, that's not right, but I don't think it looks bad. I think let's give it a chance. Let's actually shape it up a little bit and see how we're feeling once it is to its real form. So it'll go up and around like that, and then you can just kind of climb your way up. I should probably denote a clearer path there, but I don't have the blocks to do that right now. So then we'll grab this, and I think we'll do kind of similar idea of these here. And we can do the other one. Let's see, is that one on the very end? Yeah, so we'll do the other one here in the water. We're gonna try this and see how this looks. Okay. So we do need to get the top one, of course, and then we're gonna get some more barrels in there. I do like it. I feel like this front actually needs one too. I feel like if we were gonna do one on the front over there, we do kind of need to do one here. So let's break that. Let's put it there, and then boom, 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 boom. Does that fill that gap? It does fill that gap. Okay. So now we've got a nice path that comes around. We should get a light back up over here. Maybe we'll just do right here since we couldn't do the original height, which was here. We'll have this be kind of off kilter, but I do like that. Let's take a look now that we are out of the way. Let's turn all that off. I want a little bit more up here. Now that we're getting after it with the leaves, I feel like this needs to have a little bit more volume to it. So we'll just do a simple little bum. I mean, honestly, is that all it needed? Not quite. It needs this right here. Boom. I'm gonna go grab this guy, and then let's take a look at that. I think, yeah, see, that just looks so much better. It's just got just like the little bump. Okay, I feel like I'm learning something. I'm not there. But just throwing in a little bit more like that, instead of just having it only hanging off of builds, I think looks so nice. Oh, and with the barrels in, that looks so much better too. Okay. Oh, that looks cohesive now. Okay. Oh, I really like it. I want to do maybe like just a vine hanging off of that one. Have that go down, and then I think that should be right. Is that too, that is too much. Okay. So we're going to just take off the front. Now it feels too flat. Okay. Let's tear that down. Let's do this fresh again. So we'll take the jungle leaves, and we want them to just kind of feel like they are a part of this. So what if they were like this? Hold on, can I get up here? There we go. And we made them go all the way down or something like this. It's progressively longer. I think that looks a lot better. The back end back here is definitely not the best, but I think if we just do just some light filling in there. Yeah, I don't mind that. And honestly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this block right here just to kind of, I don't know, ease out this. I think it looks all right. I really do. So let's put this back away. Let's clear this up really quick and then just take another look at it without me in the way. There we go. Yes. Yep. Immediate yes. I think we're looking good. I think now that we've got this all done though, I think the dock needs to be taller. You know, just like a little bit taller, like a block taller. Yep, that's absolutely better. Just literally just one block higher. I did go fully a block higher, so still nothing can spawn here, which is good. Yep, I love it. I think we're calling it there. That feels so much better. And now people get here, they can get off their boats. You can still get up onto this. So if I get up on here, you can still get right up onto this. And then you just got your path to follow, which we should probably denote a little bit better. Then you take the bridge all the way to here and up, and you've made it into the lighthouse. I am very happy with that. I can't complain at all. So I think with this bit done, maybe what we can do is invite some friends over and see what they think about it before we jump on to our other tasks for today. So given that Bean is the only one online, let's see what she's up to. I hear a baby zombie burning.
Oh, good, as long as it's burning.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. It's just perpetually oh, it's gone now. Is it underneath us? Oh, it is. How was it burning?
Oh. It is kind of hollow under here. Hold on.
Yeah, well, it must have been a drown or something that was just burning on land or something. I don't know what happened.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, we're not going down there. Anyways, how do you do?
Is it dark and scary? Oh, it is kind of.
It's dark and scary.
Yeah. Well, have I got the solution for you, because I have just made a new store that sells lights, but not just any lights. eventually all of the lights. I don't have all the lights yet. So if you'd like to follow me, we're going to hop into this boat. So this is the Lighthouse because it sells lights.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah. So we're gonna, if you just hop onto the ladders, you should be able to just step right up to here.
I'm stuck on F5.
Oh no. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
So I just finished doing kind of
That's beautiful.
the greenery and decor around here. I'm experimenting with bushes because I never do bushes at like ever. And so I'm trying to bring my greenery to the ground instead of on my builds. So
yeah, I think you did a good job over here. Have the moss spread out and then have the bushes on the side as like the fluff on the cake.
yeah, and I think the jungle leaves and the mangrove leaves, I didn't think they would look good together, and then they actually kind of do. So I'm not like
They do. They're both dark. Which one is this? This one is
this one's the jungle
with the little bits on it. I like the little yellow bits on it.
Yeah.
Looks
I feel
very
like
nice.
those
And
tie
that
really
yellow
nice into the
blends in
color
with
of the
yellow
moss
of the
too.
moss very well.
Yeah. I'm glad that I'm seeing these things the right way. And then
Cute.
yeah, so you walk in and it's a lighthouse. It's a lighthouse that also sells lights. So in here, this are like, obviously not very stocked yet. But they've got
one stack for 2 diamonds. Come on, man.
Oh, I'll probably change the prices. I just threw in temporary price things for almost
Not a
all of these.
glowstone. That's 2 diamonds.
I know.
That's 2.5 right there. That's
You know
two
what?
and an emerald even.
You know, we'll change these ones out. There you go. There you go.
That's better. Not that you have any stock anyways.
Yeah, that's fair. I've got stock of firefly bushes and lichen and sea pickles. But that's about it.
The sea pickles will be helpful considering the amount of underwater builds around here.
Yeah, I know.
I can use those to light up the underneath of my hollow island.
Well, I've got a better suggestion for you. If you come and take a look in these barrels right here.
Oh, upstairs. The froggy lights. 1 stack for 2 diamonds. Now that is a proper price.
Yeah. And you can get all 3 colors. But then, yeah, so prices, I'm just going to have...
What's going to be up here?
I don't know. I'm going to have prices progressively go up, but I think up here is going to be like
for 5 diamonds?
the things I have to craft. So this will be like maybe copper bulbs or things like that are like... They're more intensive in time, but like if I could... because with those you either have to craft them or go get them from a trial chamber, that I think that's... They're kind of the only ones that make sense for 5. Them and like redstone lamps. So then up here is just, this is the decorative light. Yes, it does. Yeah.
It blinks.
And it actually goes in a little circle and I love it. Originally I had it was actually bigger and a little more smooth, but I just didn't like how it looked having the actual like redstone lamps be out to where the wood is. So I brought it in and I think it's not as nice, but it still looks good.
Yeah, it serves the purpose, and from a distance, it looks smoother.
And then you have a nice round view of everything. Yeah, I've been trying to decide. I think having just the dock and like having people have to boat or swim here makes sense because I feel like a lot of lighthouses are offshore and like you see like the lighthouse keeper has to boat out to the lighthouse and stuff. But
yeah, I
could also just connect it up somehow. I don't know. I kind of like the needing to boat out here or swim out here. So
some places, if you want like a very thin strip of land on this side, you can attach it.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Maybe figure out something to connect up with Kyoo's apothecary over there.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to connect, but like make like a very risky, rocky path leading over here, and then just a very thin strip of rocks leading over. So it doesn't have to be easily accessible.
Yeah. Okay, I like that idea. No, that's a great idea. And just do some stepping stones or something there. I like that.
Yeah, stepping stones, and if you want to just get more points for realism, you can have like breaker rocks in the water to like break up the waves before they hit the shore.
I was thinking of that. Yeah, we need to put in some big breaker rocks. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm really happy with it. And also like, that's why I've just been letting it be nighttime is because I just have been sitting here looking at the lighthouse. Yeah.
Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah, and yes, definitely from a distance, the blinky lights look really smooth.
Yeah, it's a lot more smooth.
I love them.
So yeah, there's the lighthouse. So, for all of your lighting needs. Yeah, I know. Well, I've just been spending so much time working on my base that I was like, I need to do something for the server and not just for myself. So that's why I decided I'm gonna put down the pen on my island for a little bit and try and do some other things. So.
Oh, this was very lovely. Thank you for showing me.
Yes, no, thank you for taking the time to look at it, and I appreciate the ideas too. I would have never thought about the little stepping stones out here, so I think that's a really great, because it already has the like shape to kind of let me make smaller rocks that flow over here. So
yeah, and it's close enough so that it's not like obtrusive, but it's just right there. Makes sense, because if you've got that short of a distance, no sense getting in a boat.
Bean is so kind. I appreciate all of the insight and the ideas. Putting in some rocks here, and I definitely want to do some barrier breaker rocks. I love how they look anyway, and I think they're going to look really good to just have a couple here to help, again, break up the tide as it's flowing in. But I am really happy with this, and also look at that in the night, even with shaders off, it looks nice. I'm happy. I'm really happy with that. So I think with this done, the next thing we're going to do today is go into a trial chamber, because as I was saying to Bean, I need some copper bulbs. And I don't really want to craft any copper bulbs yet, and I don't have a lot of copper anyway. So we're going to go to the trial chamber that is underneath my base and take it on and collect all of the copper and copper bulbs that we can and bring them back here so that we actually have some stock to sell. Well, I've got my chest plate. And I've got all the things I should need. I got some extra building blocks and such. Whew, okay, let's do this. Okay. We're gonna try and block these off to 1-by-1 fight here. Oh gosh. Okay, hopefully this shouldn't be too bad because it's just a solo fight. I think the hardest part of all of this is just gonna be maintaining our position here. There we go. Okay. I think that's everyone in here. I suppose since we're here, we may as well grab what we came here for, right? And after clearing out one room, we have 10, 47, 49. Look at that. We've got 57 of these, I do believe. 47. Yeah, 57 bulbs from one room. Wow. 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. Okay, that is almost a 64 stack of bulbs from one room. That is ridiculous. I haven't even finished 2 full rooms and we are already at 64. 2 64s plus a little bit. We might have to sell this by the half stack. I'm not gonna lie. Look at how many are still in here. Oh my goodness. Not to mention, well, I guess if we just come all the way down here, what do we got going on down here? There's not a spawner in the middle. What in the world? I figured there would be a spawner here, and there is not. I'm not gonna complain. I'll take everything happily, but I was not expecting there to not be a spawner. Well, I've been in here for about an hour, and here is what I have so far. The 2 full stacks of waxed copper bulbs, a stack of waxed exposed copper bulb, and then we're pretty close on the weathered and the oxidized, but honestly, I'm gonna strip all these down to normal, so they're really, I mean, we're in a really good spot, at least for now. I know I've got a bunch left here, but I've already spent an hour kind of I've already spent an hour kind of running around in here, and I don't really want to take on any more rooms at this time. So I think we're going to call it good there. We're going to pack this up, and we are going to take ourselves back to the top side, and let's go get these stripped down and stock our shop up. So let's get these all placed down so that we can strip them of their wax. And that is all of the copper lanterns we just gathered. That is ridiculous. And after quite some work, we have 4, almost 5 stacks of copper bulbs. That's a lot of copper bulbs. And it does make me wonder, what does it take to craft a copper bulb? Because if we can craft some more, then I think maybe we should. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, it takes a full blaze rod. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. This is how we're gonna get copper bulbs. I have a feeling this is already more than enough copper bulbs, and I'm kind of thinking maybe we sell them for 2 or 3 diamonds, but half stack instead of a full stack, and I think we might be all right. So I'm feeling good about that. We've got at least some new stock for our shop. I cannot complain. So let's run these over to the lighthouse, get them put into place, and then we'll figure out what we're doing next. And with that, we have all of these in place. I'll probably change this from 1 stack for 5 diamonds, but maybe I won't. I don't know. That was a lot. That was a lot of work. And also, if these each take a blaze rod, I mean, until we have a blaze farm, that's kind of really expensive. I mean, once we have a blaze farm, that's really not that bad. But until that point, that costs a lot. So that gets me thinking, what if we spent the rest of today's episode continuing our streak of contributing to the server, and we go and we make a blaze farm? It would be super, super easy. We could just grab a couple blocks, get it thrown together. I mean, it literally would be so fast. I think that's the plan. And the best thing about this is we could run to Kyyyoo's apothecary and get some fire resistance potions. So the blaze literally will not bug us at all. I'll take, I don't know, 4 of those. Boom, there we go. Thank you, Kyyoo. I appreciate you having these. And we'll grab a bunch of building blocks to use and a good few buckets. I think that's good. And now I think we're ready for the blaze farm. So the fortress is just down this way, and I think there are actually a good few blaze spawners, but I want to see if maybe there's a set of blaze spawners that are right next to each other so we can make one big blaze farm. Well, that would be pretty dang cool. So it really looks like we're only working with 1 blaze spawner, which honestly I think is going to be all right, because that gives us a little headquarters right here that we can set up. And then if we wanted to clear out some of this area or spawn proof it or whatever, we could make sure that that's really the only spot blazes are spawning, which would at least increase the rates there. So I think let's get over there and let's at least get the frame of this set out. I think it's gonna be all right. Oh, there's another, is this another blaze spawner? It is another blaze spawner. Okay, well this one's kind of already got a frame started. So I think I'm gonna work with whoever built this. I'm working off of this. We're making this happen. Now this is gonna be kind of obnoxious, trying not to get bumped by the blaze over and over again. So I'm just going to block that part off. Now the design I'm thinking, I wanted it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 across. So if this is the center, let's just double check. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that should be our 9 across right there. And then, yep, that should be good. So now we're just do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The question is this centered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, that is not centered. So we actually need to move it all toward this. How many blocks? 1 block or 2 blocks? 2 blocks, it looks like. So we're gonna do, let's see. We'll just add 2 more blocks onto this end. Boom, boom. So we're gonna break that there. Oh, we're gonna place that there, I should say. And then, I don't want to risk my life just yet. We're gonna push these back. And let's just get these guys a little bit real quick. There we go. Then we can break this. Get these blocks into place. And that, I believe, should be what we need to do here. So now I'm just gonna break the floor here and make them fall. We're gonna have them fall quite a ways so that we actually have the space to get them to move. So I think this should work. Well, I've been sitting here for quite some time, and we've already got 4, 5, 6, almost 7 stacks of blaze rods, and that actually doesn't even count the ones I've already used to make some copper bulbs, and we'll go back to the shop so I can show you that here in a little bit. But yeah, this thing works. It's not at all like, you know, the fastest blaze farm in the world, but it works, and as you can see, we've got a whole new set of them coming in. We should probably spawn proof this so they don't spawn up here because we're going to lose some there. But you can see they're coming down the chute, falling into our little trap, falling down to me. And it's literally just this box in the middle of the nether fortress. It is spawn proofed up top, so nothing can spawn here, but I should probably spawn proof around it just to, like, I don't know if that'll improve the rates of a spawner farm, but I think it's worth a shot. But yeah, I mean, it's been pretty good. I can't complain about this. So I think now that we've got a bunch more, here in our inventory, let's go back to the overworld and I'll show you what I've already added in to the shop. We are going to need a lot more copper to, you know, add any more, but I can at least show you what we've done so far, and let's see if we can make this. Oh yeah, okay. Now, as I said, I don't have a lot of copper, so what we've already got in here is maybe a little too expensive. I don't know. We'll have to decide together if this is too expensive. But I did also go to the slime farm, the Froglight farm, and I turned all of the magma creams into magma blocks because I had no clue you could do that. So now we actually have a pretty reliable source to fill in all of this magma block box, which is great. Let's just, ooh, we've had a sale of each of the colors. Okay, very nice. Anything else? Nope. Well, I don't have anything in those, but okay. So here's what I've put in so far. So we have, if we actually count this, 664 stacks. I don't know. I feel like it was a lot of work. I mean, you saw all the work we did today to get just to this amount. So I feel like maybe 32 is enough. Maybe that's too expensive for 32. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, please, in the comments. But I think with that is where we're going to call today's video. I feel like we've done all sorts of stuff. So I'm very, very happy. Next episode, we are going to get back to the actual base because I have a build I am so excited to get started on. We'll do part 1 of that build next time, and then we'll see where we go from there. So I hope you're excited. I am very excited. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you're new or you find yourself coming back, consider subscribing. I would love to have you here for this adventure, for everything else we do in between. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you soon.